Welcome to Yoga 77. My name is Jackie. Today we'll be working through a chair yoga flow. So this can be taken by anyone. Great practice to take to help down-regulate, calm, settle, very nurturing on the nervous system. So you might have a yoga chair, you might just have a normal chair. Doesn't have to be an open back and be a solid back, just something that's comfortable to sit on. And then maybe a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, a couple of books, something to place your feet upon just to make it a little bit more comfortable. And so feel free to go and get those props, set yourself up. Just pause the video. So if you're going to bring the blocks under your feet, to give you a little bit of extra height and support, just find that comfortable seat. So you might be sitting slightly further forward on your chair, you might sit further back, and just notice where you would like to be seated to begin the practice today. And just know that during the practice, everything I offer is an offering. Feel free to pause the video at any stage if you wish to continue working on a particular part of the video. So we'll be working with a little bit of cross-lateral movement, opposite arm, opposite leg, helping to fire up connections in our brain, knowing that our body is always healing, repairing and making new connections. But to help our body do that, our nervous system do that, we are inviting a sense of softness into this movement today. So really coming more into your parasympathetic nervous system, a place where you feel calm and you're not stressed. And so if something just feels like you're pushing too hard, it doesn't feel right, just ease off. And just come back to the idea that it is a practice, not a perfect. And so just take those final adjustments. If you're not comfortable, you can even have a blanket on your chair. You might even have a blanket behind your chair. It can be really nice. And so just start to scan through your body. Just observe how you've arrived for your practice today. Just noticing how you feel, maybe checking in with your energy levels, lack of energy, whether you've been tired, how's your sleep been? Maybe checking in with things that have been happening in your day, in your week. Just acknowledging those things and then just placing it to one side and come back to the here and now. Just noticing maybe the temperature of your body. Maybe you notice sounds in the room. You might look around the room. Might even look behind you. You might even look above you. And so really take your time to settle in so that you're bringing yourself into your safe place for your practice today. And then as you're ready, you might start to observe your breath. Just notice if you can feel your breath in your body. Just checking in, noticing the flow of your breath. Notice the quality of your breath. Maybe notice how fast or slow you are breathing. Notice the temperature of your breath. Notice what there is to notice, but without having to change anything, just be curious. And if it's available to you, you might like to, if you're not already, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Take another 4 to 6 breath rounds, just like this. Just breathing in And breathing out. You can take at any speed you like, just working with your breath rhythm. You might choose to keep your eyes open, maybe a soft gaze, or you might prefer to close your eyes. Really nice. And if your eyes are closed, you might like to blink them open. Just take any adjustments. You might prefer just to move a little further forward or a little further back in your chair. Just checking in with the feet. You might like to reposition your blocks or books if you're using them, or you might even like to take them away if they're just not working for you. And then just start to notice the feet grounded down onto the floor or onto your blocks or onto your books. And just notice the weight through both feet, maybe through your toes, maybe through the heel of your feet. And then start to press down a little bit more with your left foot. Nice, you might make your right foot lighter. And then just switch, so press down a little bit more with the right foot. Nice, you might notice a lightness in your left foot. Press down with your left foot. As you're ready, press down with your right foot. Nice, then just come back to what feels like center. Again, any little wriggles and jiggles. Just come into center, just finding still, just notice any sensations in your body, how you're feeling. Let's take one more breath round. Nice, and then as you're ready, start to ground down again with your left foot. This time, just taking some movement into your right foot. So you might come up onto the heel of your right foot. You might circle out through your toes one way and the other. You might lift your foot up and down. You're always welcome to bring your foot off your block. You're very, very welcome to bring your hands behind your leg and take it a little bit more actively. And so wherever you are, just continuing with your movement, maybe pointing the toes, flexing your foot, circling one way and then the other. You might spread your toes. Really nice. And then just place your foot back down on your block. You can come back to that feeling of evenness through both feet, but just take a moment to pause here. Again, you might close your eyes down and just notice, does one foot feel different to the other? Do your toes feel different? Does your leg feel different? Might feel lighter, warmer. Might feel lower or higher. And we'll take that to the second side. So again, ground down with your right foot. And again, just taking movement through your left foot. So you might come up on the heel of your foot. Nice, you might even be on your toes taking the movement. And so again, just be curious how you want to be moving your left foot. So you might keep your foot on your block. You might take your foot off your block. You might bring that leg a little higher up, bringing your hands behind that leg, just supporting. Just check in with the shoulders if you're taking this option, keeping the shoulders still soft. Just notice any pops and clicks, notice any sticky spots. Just notice what there is to notice. Just finishing off last couple of breaths with movement. And as you're ready, you're going to bring that foot back down. Again, a moment just to notice. Interoceptive pause, noticing what's happening inside your body. Just let that settle. Nice. And we'll just take the same with our wrists, our hands, our fingers. So just the right hand. Let's take some movement through your right hand. And if you like, you can take the arm out to the side. You could bring it out higher. You might bring it across your body. You might keep it in front. You might take it low down. Might be down by your side. So again, no right or wrong. Just notice what's working for your body. Spread your fingers. You might even clench your fingers and let them go. So just let that go. Again, a little moment to pause. Just notice. Check in one hand, the other hand. Any differences. We'll take that on the second side. So circling out through your hand, through the left hand. You might spread the fingers. You might bring them together. Might be moving slower than me, faster than me. Again, if you wish to, bring in a little bit more of a reach up high or out to the side, maybe even behind. Just notice how that changes. Really nice. And then again, just let that go. You might have your palms up or down on your lap. Just notice, take any wriggles and jiggles again. Make sure you're comfortable in your seat. You might even just choose to sit a little further back, a little further forward. Really nice. Then we're going to have a go doing our opposite foot, opposite hand. So if this feels a little bit awkward and a bit strange, knowing that's quite normal, and don't worry. If it takes you a while to get it, that's perfectly okay. So we'll start with the right foot, and again you might keep the foot on the block. You've got the option the whole way around. So just bring some movement into the right foot. It might be circling, it might be up and down, it might be really tiny, it might be bigger. And then see if you can bring some movement into your left hand. Left wrist, left fingers. Option is of course to take it a little bit more actively. So you might even begin to float your foot up and your hand down. You might begin to move them at the same time. Just notice. And again, it might be a really tiny movement. Might be slower. Maybe a couple more of these. And then once you are complete, just let that go. Again, just find the block or the book under both feet. Come into a pause, couple of breaths just to observe. And again, we'll take that on the second side. So just start that movement with the left foot. Again, feel free to take it as actively as you like. And of course, even these moves could be done standing up. Adding a bit more of a challenge, maybe with the balance, especially if you're taking it with your leg up, your foot up. Nice, so bring in your right hand as you're ready, once you've got the foot going. So you might just find the movement through the foot and the hand first. Fingers, the toes. And then again, maybe you start to lift up and down together. Again, you can feel free to make it bigger. Might even be feeling some activation through the front of your top leg, your quads. You might be starting to notice your hamstrings at the back of your leg. Feel free to bring that arm higher. Just notice the range of motion maybe in your arm, in your shoulder. Really nice. Then once you feel complete, just again come back into that pause. Notice the connection of the soles of your feet to the floor or to your blocks. Really nice. And just take any free movement now. So you might feel like just moving your head or your shoulders. You might like to have a bit of a shake. Just take whatever you need. Really nice. And then from here, just bring your hands on your legs and then start to slide your hands forward. So we're going to take a chair, cat-cow. So normally cat-cow is taken down on all fours. Start to draw your hands back. And so this is a nice variation to take. For example, if you're at work, you you can't come down onto all fours, you're in your car, an airport, airplane seat, great place to do this. I've been known to do this a few times. And so you might start to notice that as you come forward, your chin might start to come closer to your chest. And as you draw the hands back, you might notice an opening through your chest, through your heart space. So your gaze might come down, and then your gaze might come up. It might even lift up higher towards the ceiling. Really nice. Let's keep going with this movement. And of course, you might be moving slower or faster than me. And maybe you start to notice the movement happening through your spine. You might check in with the point of contact onto your chair. You might notice the base of your spine, your tailbone. You might notice the movement coming all the way up your tailbone, running up through your pelvis, up your spine to the crown of your head. Might even feel like a wave-like or a rippling-like motion. Let's take another 3 to 5 of these in your own time. If you want to connect with your breath, it might be an exhale as hands draw forward, bringing that doming into your spine, very light. Might be an inhale as the gaze comes towards the ceiling. Really nice. Just maybe taking your last round or two. And then again, once you feel complete, just come back to center. Again, you might just take a few wriggles and jiggles. Nice. And then from here, you can keep your hands on your lap, or you might prefer to bring your arms out wide. And again, they can be soft. You might bring your palms out in front. Nice. And then maybe just drawing the shoulders back a little. So again, just take this to where your body wants to go. And then from here, see if you can keep your arms as they are. Chin staying in line with your chest, just turning to your right. On your inhale, come back through center, and then just turning to your left. Again, inhaling through center. So it might be a really tiny movement to your right. It might be an inhale back through center. Exhaling, really nice. Inhale back through center. Maybe another one to each side. Of course, you might be moving slower than me, faster than me. Really nice. And then again, just bring the hands back down, taking your little wriggles. Come back into stillness. Just a time to check in, just noticing. Really nice. And then from here, just start to take your chin over above your right shoulder, so turning your head, take your gaze to your right. Again, it might be your inhale, bring the head back through center, and then just turning your head to your left. Really nice. Again, we'll take another 2 of these to each side, so move at your pace. Maybe taking the last one to each side. And where you feel complete, come back through center. This time you're going to let your right ear come down towards your right shoulder. So it might just be a tiny little tilt. Really nice. And then you might bring your arms by your side. Just check how that feels. See if you can let the arms be soft, shoulders soft. And then from here, you might just keep your head as it is, so the right ear drawing down towards your right shoulder. And you might start to lift your left arm. Might just be a little bit. You might flex your left fingers. So it's almost like you start to push out through the palm of the left hand. So it might be quite intense. I feel this quite a lot. And so I just ease off a little bit. Now, if you feel like you'd like a little bit more of a stretch, bring the right hand, lift it up and place it on the top side of your head, and then you're just going to relax that arm. Relax, let the elbow draw down. So the hand is just bringing a little bit of weight onto the head. So it's a little bit more of an extension through the left side of your neck. Now at any time you can bring that hand down and you can float your left arm down and just work with just the head tilt by itself. Maybe staying for another 2 breath rounds, wherever you are. And then as you're ready, just let your left arm float down and then let the right hand slide across your head. Take it to the right side and then just sort of prop your head back up. Nice. And then bring your hand down. Again, just come back into center. Just noticing any sensations in your body. Checking in one side of your body, the other side, maybe one side of your neck, the other side. One shoulder, the other shoulder. One might feel higher or lower, lighter, heavier. And as you're ready, we'll take that to the second side. So again, just you might adjust your seat. Just make sure you're comfortable. Take any wriggles and jiggles in between movements. And so just notice that length through the spine. You might sit a little taller. And then just let your left ear come down towards your left shoulder. So again, it might be a teeny tiny tip. Just notice that length still through your spine, keeping everything supported and centered. Again, option is to bring your hands, your arms by your side. You don't have to, you might stay just as you are. This might be your pose. So these are all add-ons. So if you wish, you might lift your right arm. You might flex the right fingers. If not, don't flex the fingers if it's too much. Really nice. If you have chosen to, it's almost like you're pushing out through the palm of the hand. It might just be a little bit. Again, option if you'd like a little bit more add-on is to bring your left arm, bring the hand towards your ear, I guess, onto the side of your head. And then just allow the weight of your hand, your arm, like the elbows drawing down, adding a little bit of weight, noticing that stretch through the right side of your neck. Again, you might close your eyes down or stay for a few breaths. As always, you can always unflex the left-right hand. You can bring the arm down in this stage. And if it's too much, you can always bring that left hand down as well. So as you are ready, if your right arm is still up, just bringing it down. Then you're going to slide your left hand around over your head. Bring it underneath the side of your head, just propping your head back on top of your shoulders like you're popping it back on. Really nice. You might bring hands back onto your lap. Again, a moment of pause, just let that settle. And then just start to check in with your breath again. And if you're sitting forward on your chair, you might even like to just shuffle your hips back a little and lean back in your chair. You might even bring your feet a little further forward. So just taking a chair variation of savasana. And so you might bring a cushion in behind your body, a blanket. You might have a blanket over your body. You might allow the palms to shine up towards the ceiling. Softening the fingers, gently curled. Allow the toes to be soft. You might even let the feet just sort of come open a little bit. Just as we would in our regular shavasana, Just scanning through your body. Notice if there's anywhere you can get a little bit more comfy. Get rid of all those little niggles. And then once you've found your Shavasana, somewhere where you can just begin to let go, integrate your practice into mind and body, you might close your eyes down and start to scan through your body from the crown of your head, softening, relaxing your skull, crown of the head, around your ears, softening around your hairline, smoothing your forehead, softening your eyebrows, a little space between your eyebrows, your cheeks, cheekbones, your jaw, teeth, your tongue, whole face smooth and soft, noticing your neck, your chest and your belly soft. Just notice your body seated in your chair. Allow the legs to be soft and heavy. Notice the support of your chair behind your body, under your body, and just let the chair support you. Surrender into your chair. We'll stay here for 1 more minute. Shavasana. And then when you are ready to come out, no hurry at all, bring your mind back into your body. You might just wriggle out your toes, your fingers, might make some movement back into the feet, your ankles, maybe roll out your wrists. You might turn your head side to side. Just checking in, just take any wriggles and jiggles. And then we'll close our class on a couple of shared breaths if you'd like to join me. And so you might bring your hands to your heart center, just acknowledging your practice today, bringing compassion, love, peace for the rest of your day, the rest of your week, bringing it to your heart center. And we'll just end with 1 shared breath. So you might like to just find your exhale. And then on your inhale, floating arms up. They might come above your head, the palms might meet. And then exhaling, draw through heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a beautiful rest of your day, rest of your evening, beautiful week. Go well. Namaste.